Right, welcome back. New video, new job. Today, we're going to tackle into this tree, well, these two trees that were tossed here a while back. It's time to get them cleared up. The ground is still lovely and dry, so it's time to get at it. I have my little trusty 170 with me. If you're ever looking for a chainsaw, look at the 170. That's all I'm saying to you. Look at the 170 in a Stihl. It's a really good chainsaw. Don't be turned away by the size of the blade or the size of the saw. Little thing packs a punch and it'll not cost you the earth. A good saw to have, it'll suit a lot of farmers, and I'll cut up the most of this tree with it. Now for the bigger stuff, the big roots and things like that, I'll use my bigger 391. It's a heavy saw, so I tend to leave it just for the big stuff. So if lots happening at the minute, my load of sand chem, some of the cement chem, I have another 10 bags at home, 10 bags there and but 10 bags at home. Probably not need all that. And I have a gay plastering at my house, and I have a chippy there too doing a second fix on our little bit of a conservatory we built on the side of our house. So there's lots happening. Everybody's kind of more or less sorted now. They know what they're at. So I can make a few hours available just to get at this. But good thing is, it's an absolutely glorious day. It's like a summer's morning. Hard to believe you're heading towards the middle of October now. But we are, and we better make use of this good weather because it's not going to last. So let's get at it. So as you can see with the little 170, it doesn't take long to make a hole, and we're making a hole very, very quickly. It's such a good little saw. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a quick clean up around the ground, so I'm not walking on out branches and things like that. I stop every 10-15 minutes, have a little bit of a clean up, and then start cutting into it again. Alright, so one man, his little chainsaw didn't do too bad. 15 minutes worth of work. Chainsaw is empty now. So one tank, done all this. So we've made a brave hole in it, and we have a nice pile of bushes here just getting stacked. I just keep clearing the area so there's nothing to trip me or anything when I'm working, and just keep piling it there, and it can be burned. I shouldn't have wore wellies. I thought the grass would be wet. It is wet, but it's way too warm to be wearing them. It's like carrying big lead balloons around with you. Another 15 minutes here will probably finish off everything that the 170 can do. My phone has been beeping and vibrating in my pocket the whole time. God knows how many messages I have. A few people, as I said, working for me, and God knows it all breaks loose as soon as you leave the house. You know what I mean. We've loads of grass in this particular hill. As you can see here, there's 13-14 acres here of layered with grass. This is actually a lot later than what it is on the far side, so the heifers are probably never going to be fit to eat all this. Sometimes I do think we're hunting the cows over here because we've loads of grass over here that needs to be ate, and we've next to nothing at home now. Well, or just in the last few days. I didn't put them in yet, by the way. I know the last day I was talking to you, I was talking about putting them in, and I changed my mind. I took 2 bales home, and then I scratched my head, and I didn't take them in. So I haven't them in yet, and I've got another 5 days out, and we're all right. The weather's really good, to be ashamed to have them in. It was just too warm there at night too. 17-18 degrees there during the daytime, so although grass was disappearing, they're happy out. So if they're happy out, we're leaving them out. And there's my phone going again. Have to take this one. Right, so I had to take that phone call, and actually it was a good phone call because it's in relation to a new set of rims and tyres that we're ordering for our little TF20, so hopefully we'll get them probably soon and we can get back to working on that. That's the reason why I want to get a lot of this stuff done that's outside now and out of the way. Get this tree done, get that base done, get our board BIA inspection out of the way this week, and also get our TB test done. That's going to alleviate a lot of things that needs to be done, and that's going to free up some time. Oh, wait a minute, my wife's due a baby in 3 weeks. Yeah, forgot about that one. Well, I think there's an hour well spent. We have a brave hole made in it, and even the bushes are all stacked. A little 170 can do a lot. It's cutting into that stuff there, which is 8 inches. No problem, just walking through it. But we're out of fuel again, and you know something, I have the big saw at home. There's no point in forcing it to go through stuff that it never was really designed to do. So I'll bring the big saw over now. All that's left is the 2 bases, and it'll demolish them in about an hour, and that'll be it. That'll be it all cut. It's a nice job to be still able to do in the month of October and not be up to your knees in muck, which makes the thing so much easier. When I come back over here, I'm definitely putting on my boots. I have my chainsaw trousers. What he is would always maintain, Adrian, wear your chainsaw trousers. Oh, I did get myself a set of chainsaw trousers last year. You've probably seen them when I was doing the log splitting last year, which these will be going through the same log splitter now, hopefully in a couple of weeks. You can see the amount of ivy that's on these trees. That's what has a lot of these trees around our area killed. Ivy is everywhere. It's an invasive old whelp of a thing, and I have spent a lot of time cutting around the bases of trees, taking it off, and it comes back and it comes back. It's just everywhere. The hedges are destroyed in it. I don't know when it actually came into this country, but unfortunately it has our hedges and the countryside absolutely destroyed. Right, so we're back over here. I'm after having me lunch, and the big brother is over here now, the 391, ready just now to cut up these trunks. It'll probably take me about an hour and a half to cut all these up. There's only one thing left to do: start this baby up and make some noise. And about 30 minutes later, there we are, done. That is all the trees cut up. Nice job to get done, and everything's piled. I'll put a match of that either tomorrow or the next day, because it's given dry weather. I've still little bits and pieces to gather up as we sort through it and throw it and have it. And that'll be it all cleaned up, that area completely finished. I have a couple of little branches here to cut off just to tidy things up. It'll not take long to bring them home. The kids to help me next Saturday after, hopefully, what will be a clear test, because we don't want any TB this time of year. We haven't had it in a long time. We don't want it. Definitely don't want it. All it seems to be lingering about beside us, but we never actually get it. Touch wood, we don't get it. We don't allow our cattle to mix with others. There was a bit of TB in our area, and we run electric fences up. As well as having our barbed wire, we run an electric fence up as well to make sure cattle wasn't touching. So we're doing what we can to keep it away, and hopefully it will stay away. Right, so it's the following morning. What I'm doing here now is I was planning on leaving this stuff until Saturday after the test, but then you know something, it's given a little bit of rain towards the weekend, and I just said, you know what, I'll do it now. I can't do nothing on my base because my mixer is being used at home and boys need it for another 2 days, so I'm going to leave that, probably working it Thursday, Friday, and maybe put it in Saturday evening. We'll see how things go. So I'm taking home the sticks instead. The way I'm working it here is I'm putting all the small ones on the front that are going straight into a shed to dry out, and all the bigger ones that need to be split on the back. So we have 2 boxes full there now. I'm going to take them home. That took a big chunk out of it there. Again, when I come back over now, I'm going to gather all the small ones again into the front and then take a load of the big ones home in the back. It works out nice and handy. It's great to have the 2. It carries a lot of sticks home. So we're getting there. It's nice to get it cleaned up. I might even, in fact, because it's nice and dry, burn that bit of stuff that's there. There's not much there. Just burn it now and get rid of it while I'm here. Just clean everything up and be finished with it. At least then it's a job that's completely ticked off the list. I don't have to come back to it, because as we all know, if you leave a job and you don't finish it, it's always going to be on your mind to have to come back to it one day and finish it, and that can drag out. Them jobs can drag out, so just get it done and be done with it. So that's what I'm at. I'm going to go home now, dump these 2 loads, come straight back again, feed me calves, check me cattle, and fill another box. Okay, so it's a few days later now. The sun is very strong this morning because it's just gone, the invisible watch, just gone 28, and I'm over here to feed my calves this morning, just done milking and all that, finished up with. I'm just actually dropping off a few bags of cement over there in the corner as well. Another 2 ton of sand dumped there. My planks is all ready. I dropped them over yesterday morning, so I'm going to be laying that all out next week. Today's Friday, so I'll probably hope to get at it on Monday or Tuesday. Just get it all laid out and ready then to pour our concrete. It's probably going to take me most of a full morning to get that poured, maybe a little bit along with it. Yes, the boys could do it much quicker than that, but then they're not filming it for YouTube, so it does take a little bit longer when you're filming it, but we'll get it done. Now, the trees, that's it now. They're all gone. It's all stacked at home. The small stuff is put in a shed to dry out, and the big stuff is left ready for the log splitter to split them. All the bushes then were put in a pile and all burned. There's only a few little bits and pieces there I'll gather up with the bucket for the loader and get rid of them. But it's all cleaned up. The electric fences is all back working. It's a job complete and off the list. There's been a lot happening since the last time I made that clip. Last Wednesday we done our TB test. We're not going to know the results of that till tomorrow morning, so hopefully at the end of the video I might be able to put a little clip in, just let you know how we get on with our TB test. So fingers crossed on it. I never looked at any lumps on cows. There's a lot of people even put their cows in and checked them the day before, and I quit doing that. My father would have been one of them. I quit doing that. What's the point? What's the point in annoying yourself about something you can't change? So I don't look at them. I don't give in to that temptation of looking at their necks, so I try not to look at them at all in case I see something that might worry me, because that's all you'll get. You'll see something that'll worry you and then it turns out to be 100%. 37. Now, 37 has improved, alright? Which I knew she kind of would. But is she better? No, she's not better. She's still not right. And now, with the rest of the calves here, before I throw meal to them, they're all following me looking for the meal. She does too. And I throw the meal now, she'll gobble into it. Got her head in the trot there now, waiting for it. The lump on the side of the face is gone, but she's still not as full as the rest of them. She's not as bad, but still not as full. And when we throw meal on this here, she'll eat. But if you walk anywhere near her, she'll be the first one to stop. She doesn't have the hunger that the rest of them have, but she's certainly not sick in any shape or form. We're just going to have to pan it out and see what way it's going to work. She has had her bottle of antibiotics. She's had enough of antibiotics. And another thing I've been giving her, a natural yogurt. She actually drinks it straight out of the bucket, which is great. I warm it, mix it all up at home and warm it. I put a little pro-rumen powder into it as well. And every morning when she was in the crush, she'd drink it. Very quiet calf. Very obliging that way. So she would drink it. And that worked really well. But we're just going to have to see. I don't know. We're just going to have to see how things go. She's licking the trot. That's her licking the trot now, looking for a meal. So it's a weird one, but she's certainly not sick. It's just something not right. I'm going to leave it till tomorrow and I'll finish off this video letting you know how we get on with our TB test. Right, so it's following day, and I said I'd give you the update, and I'm giving you the update just before I actually start putting in the first bales. The cows are going in the night. It's officially happened. It's given a heavy night's rain the night, which is Saturday night now. Just the day before you'll see this video, it is giving a lot of rain the night. It doesn't really matter. Our grass is gone. Cows need to go in. They need something to eat now along with the grass. They might get out for a few days yet, probably for the next week or so. That'll be at the bin full time. I don't mind that. Yes, it's going to be more work. That bit I do mind. But it's the time of year. It's been a good spell. You never know. If it stays kind of half middling, you never know. We might get them out an odd day here and there as well. So, our test results. Well, I'm smiling. That's not a bad thing. Our test results were good. We're clear. Our herd is clear. Thank Christ. Because you always have that little bit of worry. I'll not tell you a lie. I had a little bit of worry about it, but I didn't check them, and they were as clean as a whistle. Everything was perfect. So, we're clear. We're open now. That's going to keep us going for a good while. We sell our calves when they're born. We can sell off some cows. I have cows and a couple of heifers that weren't in calf to sell off too, so we can reduce the herd down a wee bit. I always try to tin them out this time of year when they're going in. Anything that's empty and not going to be used for milk production for us gets sold on elsewhere then, because there's no point in us holding on to them, feeding silage when they're not going to really work out for us. So they'll go on to another farm. I already had people contacting me looking for a couple of the younger cows that were empty to put them into calf and calve them maybe later on in summer, because I do think they will go into calf. I can't see the reason why they won't. It's just the type of year that there was. So that's it, folks. I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm getting ding dust into here now, getting ready for the night. That'll be in the next video. Thanks very much for watching, as always. If you want our merch, you know where it is there now. That's our new polo. I don't know if you can see the back of it. The link is in the description below. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok. And until the next one, talk to you again.